Hi there YouTubers, and welcome to Here's How to Do. My name's Carl, and I've decided to do this channel because I love making things, and saves a bit of money and it passes the time as I'm retired. So if you're interested in making your own stuff and doing things in your spare time, then this channel is for you. I've only just started the channel, and as time goes by, it is time consuming making these things. As time goes by, I will be putting some interesting stuff on here. Well, interesting to me and to you, hopefully. And if you have any ideas what you'd like to see, if I could possibly do them, I will do them. Just let me know in comments. Thank you. And if you don't want to miss out, please subscribe and ring the bell, because it'll tell you when the next one's coming. Okay, here we go. This is my old rest. I'm out in the garden. It's been such a wet time. Can't get out in the grass to work like I normally do. So this is my old rest anyway. Things are pretty untidy. I made this 18 months ago. It's two scissor jacks and some timber made so it actually swivels. Let me get another angle so you can see. This is where I'd be sitting. That bit there is for rest your arm. That's to rest your other arm, just there. For your forehand arm and for your elbow when you're holding the gun. And obviously the gun sits on there, and they're IR lights. One's a laser and one's a very good, very good ordinary T67, that's what it is. Anyway, this is too heavy to carry about, so I'm going to try and make a new one. And it actually swivels a bit, so I'll show you in just a second. Well, what I've done is I've put a screw in it, so when I'm carrying it, it doesn't swing apart. I'll just pop that out and you'll see what I mean. It just moves like that, look. So here we go. It just moves like that, side to side. The base stays where it is, so you've got a little bit of scope when you're sitting in the box waiting for your animal to come. Anyway, I want to improve on this because it's far too heavy to carry, so I'll show you what my intentions are in this video. Thank you. Okay, so what we got here for materials to start with: 2 bits of melamine. They're a lot lighter than the timber I used last time. The reason I've gone for melamine is because they slide very easily together, and you'll see why very shortly. Okay, now I've placed one piece of melamine there, like that was the bench that you're going to sit the rest on, and I'll use a collapsible stool as if I'm sitting there. Now what you've got to do here is you've got to sit on that stool and sit there as if you're holding a rifle, pointing up towards that swing chair there, and then just put a dot where each elbow is. You'll see what I mean if you look back at this here, this old one here. My arm sits on here to hold the forehand, and my elbow sits on this bit to rest my trigger arm, and it makes a big difference to steadiness. So you get my drift anyway. It's very easy to do. Just imagine or even go and get if you're a shooter, well, you would be if you're doing the sledge, wouldn't you? That's a silly question. Get your air gun, the gun or anything, hold it and point it straight away and lean on that table, and then put 2 marks where your elbows are. Okay, you can see what I mean by this next bit. There's a mark there. I think you can see that okay. For the right arm, and there's where my left arm was resting. Obviously if you're left-handed you'd be doing this the other way round, which goes to say. Now I've marked top up here, because at the top we're going for, it's going to be about 200 wide. And by the way, this is the top section. Okay, so at this end we're going to find the centre, and I've got 540, so that's going to be 270. What's it done? It's done 270 in the centre. Mark on my tape. There you go, look. They've lined up perfectly. Okay, that's the centre. Now what we want is 100mm either side. Yeah. 100mm either side. Now if we come down, to the bottom, well, we need to get this here. Mark your tape. With your 2 marks. Just like this. And if we come down here, transfer them 2 marks. Okay. Get yourself a straight edge. And join the lines up. Whoops, I'm going to make me mark a bit higher there. Okay, here we go. There, and there. I mean, it's not a wardrobe. It's not got to be perfect. Let's line that down to there. And the same this side. Right, that's your full width. This is the top section, don't forget. Now, what we need to do is we need to somehow, what the intention of this is to cut the weight down. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to casually draw a curve in there. Like that. Just rough. Okay, come down here, round that off. Round this bit off. Here, so we've got no sharp edges. Back up there, curve that. And then we come down here. And when we get down here, we've got to go straight across. Curve that into there. To your right arm. And round that off. We're going to round this corner off here. Round this corner off here. This side, come back. So it looks like a paddle. Curve it up there. Oh, what the fuck happened to this? And curve that through there like that. Round this corner off. And curve this off through here. Straight across, round this corner here. And then back up there. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so what we need to do there is we need to cut all this out. So make yourself with a text or whatever a more definite line to follow, and cut it out, and then we'll look at the bottom piece. Okay, well here's what I ended up with. I had a few lines there, but you've got to keep sort of working your pen or pencil so you know it suits. And I've rested on it and it fits perfectly. The next stage is to do the bottom bit. Right, well, before we go any further, I've just realised I haven't given you the size of the pieces of timber. What I'm using is a couple of bits that have come out of an old wardrobe, but were bases or sides, can't quite remember. But they're 550 by 750. Ideally you need something around 800 square, would make it a lot easier, but I managed to get away with this. Okay, here we go then. We'll go and get the other bit and put it on top. Okay, as you can see, I've laid the piece on top. This is going to create the base, a stable base, so when you swing from left to right, like that and like that, your rifle and that don't fall over. So, okay, top's flush with the top, sides flush. Right, now the other thing I should add is you don't have to have these wings on here if you don't want. You know, they don't have to. You can just have this straight unit here, which is 200 by 600. If you've got somewhere where you're going to use it, where you can rest your arms, but I haven't, so I'm using this because I very often sit out with it. I've already marked this out, drilled a hole through here. Oops, I better move that down a bit. There's a hole. 50mm cutter bolt. Put it in a temporary pencil at the top. Mark your arc. Remove this piece now. That's removed. Now I've already lined this out. I've gone 50mm in from there and 50mm in from there. Just cut a bit more weight down basically, but as you can see I've got a line up here to that and a line up there to the full width. Now I need to cut this. Okay, let's put it back together. What I've got now is I've got just one more. Here's the bolt, and I'm going to bring the bolt up from the bottom. Okay, let's put the bit on the top. Piece on top. I've actually got a lock in that, so when you move it, it doesn't undo it. Okay, don't over tighten it because it won't slide, but this is moving nicely now. It's going to be so much better. Don't need any more range than that. Okay, now I've got to cut that bolt off sometime, but I bought myself a dozen of these. They're roofing screws, and the reason I bought them is for this washer. If you take that apart, it makes an excellent foot. Can we go under there? So we'll do that next, I think. Okay. We want one. Yeah, there you go. Ain't got to be perfect. One there here. Ooh, put that down. So we'll go with that one. Basically, I've made this out of stuff I've got laying around, really. So I reckon about there, really nicely. Of course, you don't have to put these on, but I'm telling you, this stuff is so slippery.
it flies about all over the place, and these little things, they really do the job. Oh, come on out, will ya? Right, last one. Let's have this one on this corner. I think that's got it. I'll flip it over now. Well, that more or less completes part one. In part two, I'll be showing you what I'm going to use instead of a scissor jacks. So, but you can use scissor jacks by all means. You know, I'm just doing this to cut the weight down so that if I have to walk across the field when I can't get there with my car, then it's not too heavy to carry.
Okay, well that's part one. Look forward to seeing you in part two. I've got a few things to get together before I can produce it, so we'll be seeing you then. Thanks for watching.